Hey everyone, this is Jet7 here, back with another video. We are looking at Daytona 500 qualifying predictions. Daytona 500 is among us. There's an imposter somewhere, I'm sure. But no, tomorrow, at the time I'm recording this, tomorrow is the Clash, Wednesday's qualifying, Thursday's duels, Friday's truck race, Saturday ARCA and Xfinity, and of course the Cup race is Sunday. This video we're going to take a look at qualifying predictions and who I think is going to race their way in through the duels, and who I think is going to be on the front row, and then who I think among the open teams is who is going to qualify in on speed on come Wednesday. If you look at past history of Daytona 500 qualifying, it's been a little bit weird ever since 2013. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories or anything like that, but if you take a look, 2013 Daytona 500 pole qualifying, you had Danica Patrick as the pole sitter for the race. Very big storyline event to have her as the pole sitter, first female pole sitter in NASCAR history. Very hyped up driver at that period of time in NASCAR's recent history. So very cool to have her on the pole. Again, not saying she didn't earn it or there's some weird business going on. But I mean, she did sit on the pole, and that's what so the history books will say, regardless of how it happened. So 2014 came along. We had the return of the number 3 car, driven by Austin Dillon in his rookie season. It was his second Daytona 500 after a 2013 event where he drove the 33 Honey Nut Cheerios car. So Austin Dillon came into 2014 season as a rookie. He too sat on the pole for the 2014 Daytona 500 in the return of the 3 car. 2015 rolls around. Jeff Gordon in his final season, his final Daytona 500 qualifying session, he sits on the front row, sits on the pole for the 500. Though if we're talking conspiracy theories or we're talking people who believe qualifying's rigged and somehow, at that qualifying session they had group qualifying, which I think will be a lot harder to manipulate, given the circumstances of getting the draft, getting the run at the right times. I just believe that would have been so much harder to try and manipulate. In 2016, we had Chase Elliott. He sat on the front row. He was the pole sitter for the 500. He took over for Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon retired at the end of 2015, so you had a lot of hype behind Chase Elliott. Elliott's rookie year, 2016, he comes in, sits on the front row for the 500, and then the following year, Chase again got the pole position for the 500. Then 2018, you had Alex Bowman. Bowman took over for Dale Earnhardt Jr., driving the number 88 car in 2018. Jr. retired in 2017. So Alex Bowman came into Speed Weeks 2018, and he sat on the pole, put the number 88 car on the pole position for the 500. 2019, you had William Byron, who then moved to the 24. Elliott took over. Elliott took over number 9 in 2018 when Bowman did it. But William Byron, he sat on the pole in 2019 for the Daytona 500. Not a whole lot to talk about there, in my opinion. With William Byron and him sitting on the front row, other than he's just, he was the new driver of the 24 car for this. It would have been his second season driving that car. And then you have 2020, not a whole lot going on, I guess. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he got the pole for the 500. You utilized that Hendrick Motorsports power that really put him on the front row and put his 47 car in pole position. Of course, I was watching David Land's video. He explained that, pole day for Daytona was sponsored by Kroger, and then you had the Kroger-sponsored car come in and sit on the Daytona 500 pole. So conspiracy theorists, you can put your tinfoil hats on, and I'm sure you'll lighten up the internet with conspiracy theories raging about. But we're not talking about conspiracy theories. I'm not a person who thinks they are. I don't think that NASCAR rigs them. I mean, it looks a little suspicious, but just the amount of time and effort and agreement among teams that, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to rig this. You're going to agree to it. I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But now we approach 2021 with, and we're gonna, I said I wasn't gonna look at conspiracy theories, but judging past years, that's kind of what I'm basing a lot of my predictions on for the front row itself come qualifying on Wednesday. So if you look, I have I'm looking at about 3 pole sitters. That could be it. 3 being Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Bubba Wallace. You can throw a few more in there. You can, Alex Bowman, the 48 car, put him in there. I think Chase Briscoe. You could look at him. Very popular Xfinity Series driver, although he much to a less extent, compared to Bubba Wallace or Kyle Larson or Chase Elliott. But you look at Hendrick Motorsports Power that has been on the front row for the 500 since they've not skipped a beat since 2015. Chevrolet, they've been on the front row for the 500 every year since 2013. So you look at these things, you can kind of count out Bubba Wallace a little bit considering Toyota back team. And then, if you're looking at Chevrolets, you could just stick Larson and Bowman, Elliott, and Byron all up there. I think Hendrick actually did set first through fourth one year. I can't remember which year it was. That they set the first through fourth in Daytona 500 qualifying. But my honest front row predictions for the race, Chase Elliott will set the pole position for the Daytona 500 as the defending series champion. He is my current favorite driver. I have a little bias there. But I think it'd be really good momentum heading into 2021 when you have most popular driver, defending champion, be the pole setter for the race. And then I think I like to put Bubba Wallace in second. Just because, again, I know I said I wasn't getting the conspiracy theories. I wasn't going to get into that. But, it's just kind of what I'm basing everything on because that's just how it's happened these past few years. It's felt like to where you almost have to put some sort of conspiracy in there, even though I'm not a believer in that stuff. But I think Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace will sit first and second as the front row for the Daytona 500. I think that's what the front row is going to be. So those are my predictions for that. If you look, so in qualifying, we have 36 chartered cars, we have a 40-car field, and then we have 4 cars that are going to be in the 500, and then we have 4 cars that are going home. As of right now, it looks like there will be 44 entries, and I was kind of waiting to do this video whenever we got kind of the official entry list. We haven't gotten it yet, but Tommy Baldwin Racing said they would not be at the 500, and New York Racing said they would not be at the 500, and the money team is probably not going to show up to anywhere. So 44 cars will go for 40 spots. 2 will qualify in on speed, and then you'll have 1 from each of the dual races on Thursday. 1 of each will race their way in. So open teams coming into this, we have the 16 of Kaz Gralla in the colleague racing car. We have, and these are in no order, these are just me remembering them. You got Kaz Gralla, you got David Reagan, the 36 for front row, or Rick Ware, I think it's a partnership. You have Ryan Preece, surprising open car, JTG Doherty Racing. Spire Motorsports now has their charter back from the 37. So you have those 3 drivers, and then you have Noah Gregson for Beard Motorsports. You have Ty Dillon for Gaunt Brothers Racing. You have the 2 MBM cars driven by Chad Fincham and Garrett Smithley. And then you have, who's the 8th open car? You got Kaz, Brian... and then you have Austin Cindric. He's the last one. So those are your 8 open cars. As far as qualifying in on speed, I'm going to bet Austin Cindric will qualify in on speed. The Penske Fords, he has the equipment to be able to go out and do that. So I think Austin Cindric will qualify in on speed. And I'm going to say Kaz Gralla will qualify in on speed. Because that colleague car was very fast in last year's qualifying session. To put Justin Haley qualifying in on speed. for the session. You look at Ryan Preece. I think Ryan Preece will race his way in through the dual races, and then I think Noah Gragson will race his way into the dual races. Noah's a very aggressive driver. We've seen it in the Xfinity Series last year. He had a few incidents with a few other drivers. So I think Noah Gragson will race his way in, and I think Ryan Preece will also race his way in. Preece, he'll have a lot of friends. If he doesn't have his teammates, he'll have the other Chevrolets, because now, if you remember, Childress and Hendrick share the same engine department. So it'd be impossible for Preece not to be in a dual race with another Chevrolet back team. So I think if Preece, I think you can kind of see somebody maybe going in and helping Ryan Preece, or even helping Noah Gragson. Gragson, he drives for Junior Motorsports, so you have that Hendrick connection to Dale Earnhardt Jr. I could definitely play a role in those two making the race. But Cindric and Kaz will qualify in on time, and then Preece and Gragson will race their way in through the dual races, which will put Timmy Hill, Garrett Smithley, David Reagan, and Ty Dillon as missing the Daytona 500. So those are my predictions for this whole thing. Let me know in the comments if you disagree or if you agree with me, or you just want to comment and give me your own predictions. That's cool too. But Elliot and Bubba will be on the front row. Yeah, that's it. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the next video. Thanks.